Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're working on an MTD 8 horsepower chipper shredder. I'm told the engine runs fine. It's actually runs really good, is what I was told. But the blades are toast inside there, the choppers. We're going to pull it apart and have a look. I know that's stuck. I know there's something stuck in it right now because the engine won't pull over. But anyways, first things first, we're going to get it unstuck. We're going to get the engine running. We're going to have a look inside that chipper housing. But I know the oil is black. It's as black as the engine. So we'll be doing a little maintenance on that. But we'll get it running first. So we'll get you in a stand, get the hoist lifted up, get some tools set out here, and we'll jump in. Ugh, wow, that stinks. It is not running right, but it is running. It's hunting. We're going to pull that carb off, clean it out. So that's what we got in there. Huh. So after I dug all this pile of stuff out of there, I gave her a pull and half a gallon of water came flying out of there. I drilled a small little hole in the bottom of that blower housing down the bottom there, and I let it drain out. So, but it fired up a few pulls. It's got some old gas in it. We're going to flush the gas out. We're going to take the carb off, and we're going to clean her out in the ultrasonic cleaner. And we're probably going to end up sharpening those blades. So it's a three-way. So it's got a chipper chute here. So you would feed small diameter branches. They say up to 3 inches. I think 3 inches is a bit of a stretch for this, but that's what it says. Also, it has a leaf chute. So you just drop your leaves in there. Just drop them right in. And this back section here is your handle for steering it. But if you pull the little rod at the front here. Oh, hang on, I need 2 hands. Hold on. Pull the release. Yep, it's released. That chute just flops down like that, so you can just rake leaves into it with your rake. Oh, not bad. Not bad. So, we're working on something with a blade on it, and we know that it runs. Let's pull the spark plug wire off. The handle is in the off position, so the coil should be dead. We're going to pull that spark plug wire off anyways. When I go in for dinner tonight, I want to have the same amount of fingers that I had when I left this morning. So on the front chute, it'll come in and they get chopped by these blades here. That's kind of a weird angle there. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. So that edge there is sharp, and it goes into farther into the unit. Just give that a push here. And these are flail cutters, so they just flop around. They're not supposed to be sharp. They're just supposed to break stuff into pieces, just mulch it up and smash it. So they're all a little sticky because it's been sitting with water in it for a while. And if you feed from the front, either through the leaf chute or the rake chute, there's another set of blades, or another, it's like a lawnmower blade actually. I'm gonna get a good angle of it. It's kind of hard. I'm trying to get my hands and everything in there. And a light, and you guys. So that's like a little tiny lawnmower blade on the front. Maybe I'll see that from the rake chute. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, it's like a little lawnmower blade in there. I don't see any real damage with these blades. He said the blades were no good, but I don't see that. It actually looks pretty good. a little rusty, and the flails are a little sticky from sitting. I think before I do anything else, I'm going to straighten out a couple of things. Like these little ears are supposed to straighten out and wrap around a hole down here, so you can put a hand wheel on a little knob on there to keep it from flopping around. Because you shouldn't operate it with that chute open. Actually, the way I was on camera, I wasn't chipping anything, but and I didn't have my body in front of it because stuff comes out of there in a hell of a hurry. This chute's supposed to be, that's your discharge chute, so you're supposed to put a couple of little hand knobs there to hold it down. So, anyways, well, phone's ringing. Hang on. Alright, so we've had it running. It runs. Needs a carb clean. Very dirty. The oil is also extremely dirty. And very thick. Very black. So it's draining right now. It might take a day or 3 to drain out. It's coming out pretty slow. We're going to refill it with fresh anyways. Once we get the carb done and back on and everything's running good, we're going to set the maximum speed. Tecumsehs do not like to over rev. You over rev a Tecumseh, you can almost be guaranteed of a ventilated crankcase. Rods break and come flying out. So we're going to make sure it's not over revving. The linkage, throttle linkage on this is very, very similar to snowblowers. Tecumseh engines were the standby, the staple for snowblower engines for many, many years up here. Anyways, very similar linkage. See it on camera? I'll get you a shot of it after anyways. There's one screw here, just a little screw, and that will, when you go wide open, that screw sets your maximum speed. So to set it, you fire up your throttle at maximum speed when the engine is warm and the carb is tuned, and you tighten that screw to make it go faster, or you loosen it to make it go slower. We're going to check it, and we're going to run it a little bit under the maximum RPM for longevity. So, old school carburetor, old school Tecumseh, they've made them like this for 1,000 years. So, we're going to dig in, let's see what kind of surprises we got in the air filter. Check engine oil every 5 hours and fill to the full mark with SAE 30. We will be doing that. A little water in there. Got a pre-cleaner. Basically just a grass catcher. And a paper filter. Gas and oil soaked. Still looks alright though. We'll find out if I can't tune the carb, then we'll have to put an air filter on there to smarten it up. So, there's a couple of holes up here in the linkage at the top of the carburetor. And looking at the carburetor, it's in the hole on the right hand side. Sometimes it's going in the ultrasonic cleaner, so I can't use a marker. Sometimes I just take something sharp and scratch it around where that linkage rod goes in, but I don't think we'll have an issue with that one here. So where are we? I think what I'll do is I'll pull the hose off the bottom of the gas tank and let that gas drain out because it is old gas. It's not stupid old. It's old. You can tell it's not fresh. We'll drain the tank because I got to take the fuel line off the carburetor here anyways. There's no drain on the bowl. It does, however, have an adjustable main jet, which is good. I like that. You can adjust it. Adjustments are important in a lot of cases. There's our little mixture screw. We'll make sure we take that out when we go to clean it. But what we'll do is currently where it's running, we'll screw it in, counting the turns until it lightly seats. And that's the baseline for what we're going to do when we take it out of the ultrasonic cleaner. We'll put it back in where it was. We'll adjust it from there, but we know it ran here, so we'll put it back in where it was. The last carb like this I had my small ultrasonic cleaner, and I had to take all this air horn and everything off to get it clean, but to get it in the cleaner, but this one will fit right in. Okay. So, I'm going to get a little bucket. How much gas is in this thing? I don't know. I know I'm going to put a valve on it when I put it back together. Put one of those, a 90-degree valve on it, like snowblowers get. That way you can shut the gas off. The best way to store equipment off season or between uses is to shut the fuel off and let the engine continue to run until the carburetor is empty. It runs out of gas, and that's the best way to do it. I gotta grab a pair of pliers here. Hang on. Yeah, you're not seeing the front here. It's just a little spring clip. Pop it off the rubber hose. My special cup, and just pulled it off the gas tank and let it drain. See, if I was a smart guy, I would have put a valve together already. I could have just popped it back on that little spigot on the fuel tank. I could just shut it off in between dumpings. I think it might fill this cup. Yep. Well, it's not nice and clear. It is gold, so it's not fresh. Let's see what else I can put gas into. Oh, my fancy water inspection cup. I use a white cup to dump fuel into to see if there's any water rolling around the bottom of it. Let's see if it fills this one too. It might. Yep, I think it will. Okay. Actually, it looks like apple juice. Running out of stuff to put fuel in. Oh, I got something else. Should have started with this. It's bigger. I don't think it'll fill that one. Might. If there was any water in the tank, it would have come out first. It would be in the big measuring cup, and I'm looking at it from the other side of the bench there, and I don't see any bubbles of water in the bottom of it. Well, not quite half full yet. Slowing down. Half-inch on the bowl nut. Might as well start with that. Well, that coffee cup's almost, or coffee jar is almost full. Will it make it? A little bit of fuel coming out of the float bowl. There's our adjustable jet. We'll get that cleaned up in the ultrasonic. Well, a little bit of crud in there. Get you a look. A little bit of junk in there. Nothing too bad though. It was running. Parts for the ultrasonic. Well, we're just dripping out of the gas tank, so, and nothing's coming out of here, so fuel line is empty. Brass float. Good. Just let that drip a little bit. Let's get in there and get this carburetor off. One there. One there. It's a Phillips screw on the left here, my left hand, and there's a little nut on the right hand side. Now the last few drips of fuel out of the tank, so that's good. Two bolts. Still going to have to get that fuel line off of there. Once we crack the carb loose, like so. Let's get the clamp, fuel line clamp. That's good. Unhook our Z-bend for the throttle linkage. It's your job to remember it's in the hole on the right hand side, looking at the carburetor. Come on, get out of your home. Fuel line is holding it. Let me get my other pliers. Let's see if these ones do a better job. Yep. Fuel line's a little firm, but it's not hard like a rock, so there. Now we should be able to turn that enough. There we go. A little junky in there. A little cruddy. Let's get that bolt gasket off of there. It's cracked anyways. Okay. Not supposed to be in two pieces. Get that pin out of there for the float. It's going to go in the cleaner anyway. Oh, where's your focus? What are you looking at here? There you go. Solid needle, rubber seat. I stock a kit for them anyways. Don't hear any fuel rolling around in there, so that's good. We're going to reach up through the throttle plates here and push that emulsion tube out. If I can. Yeah, it's the brass tube. There's a brass tube sticking out from in here. Nope, you can just see it there. I'm trying to shove that out with a screwdriver. It's ideal to get it out, but you want to be careful because if you damage it, it's a problem. Trick is just trying to get in there around the butterflies. There's usually a couple of O-rings on these up inside where the emulsion tube goes in the carb body. Struggling off camera here. That's fun. They usually come out. Small screwdriver. Okay. Just trying to get on that tube and give her a shove. I can't do it on camera. I can't reach it. You'll have to trust me when I tell you what I'm doing. Nope, not coming out. Not gonna do it. Well, we'll trust the ultrasonic cleaner to do its job. It may not come out. I don't know. But it's goopy and cruddy on the outside. I'm gonna hit that with brake clean and a blowgun first, and that'll keep a lot of that crap out of my cleaning solution. So let's get that mixture screws turned in. We're gonna start here. It's half. Oh, just a half. That was lean. Okay, well, it was a half in it, tiny little bit. So we'll get it unscrewed so the ultrasonic solution can get through there and clean out the passage anyways. Huh. Weird. Little metal washer and an O-ring. Bunch of crud in there I can see. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but going into the cleaner anyways. Not much else to take off on this carburetor. Like I said, we're just going to dunk the whole thing in there with the air filter on it. So we'll come back when that's done. Should be nice and shiny clean when it's done. As promised, out of the cleaner, nice and shiny. Looks like new. That's good. That's the way I like them. So I've blown all the passages out. We should be good to go. Let's get our needle stuck back on the float there. Now, that's it. I don't know if there's truth to it or not. I've never really read the manual, but I've heard that the open end of this little spring clip should point to the fresh air. So, air goes this way. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. But we're just going to stick it on like that. I've never had a problem doing it that way. I don't even know. It's just one of those things that I've heard. So we'll get the float in there. Where's our pin? There it is. There's our pin. How's our level look? Not bad. Let's do a test. So when I blow through it now, it should not allow fluid through or air through. And it doesn't. If I flip it upside down in the orientation, say the bowl is empty, so the float is now hanging. Perfect. Passes air like we need it to. Don't, I didn't get the gasket yet. Let me get a gasket. I got a few. Well, that's all a kit. I don't want to put a kit in it. Needle and everything. Just want a gasket. Oh, got one. Got it. Those are kits. These are just gaskets. Bag of gaskets. Yep. Let's get that on there. It can be a little trying to get these on sometimes. They're a snug fit. Come on, get it on there. Okay, on. Make sure our little pin is still located. Yep. Okay, the float bowl is got a weird shape to it. This is where the pivot pin is. That's the orientation you want it to be in when you assemble it. Okay, that's on. I've blown through all this stuff after it came out of the cleaner, and I stuck little guitar strings in the holes where they need to go. There's our bowl nut. There's our wrench. So I didn't show it on camera, but I did. I actually counted when I took the main jet out. It was 2 1/4 turns. So. A little seal in there, a little O-ring, and a metal washer. Looks like brass. So we're going to lightly bottom it, lightly seat it. We're going to back it off. Half, 1, half, 2 1/4-ish. Now the little metal washer and the O-ring for the mixture screw. Remember, this one was only out like a half a turn. That wasn't, it's not enough, but it ran like that, so let's get that one screwed in till it lightly seats. Half. You know what, I'm gonna go 1 turn. We'll start with that. If I got to adjust it, I got to adjust it. That's fine. I expect to have to adjust it. Alright, let's get that sucker bolted up there again. Can everybody see? Get our little hook in there first. Which one was it? Left or right? It's a test. I knew which one it was. I knew the whole time. Get that fuel line clamp back on there. One screw in the back, we're going to start there. Where's the nut? There it is. Can be a bit of a pain to get these in there. Well, this one went in okay. Nut is started. Run it down a few threads. This one's easier because I can see it. Still got black oil dripping out of this thing. Snug that up. Snug. Snug. Air filter doesn't look too terrible. It's alright. It'll do for now. Put that in there. Actually, there we go. Get the rubber piece in first. And the pre-filter. Cover. You're going to be tuning carburetors. You always want to make sure your air filter's on there, and that it's half decent, anyways, too. Because that a really plugged air filter will change your idle mixture, make it run rich. Okay, that's that. We need to get our fuel line back on there, but like I said, I'm going to put a little shut-off valve on it. Where are we at? There we go. 90-degree one on there, so it fits nice because it comes out of the tank straight down to that tank, and then we'll just connect to the fuel line here. Just gotta grab a little snippet of 1/4-inch fuel line. There we go. That should do it. Actually a little long. Probably get away with a little shorter than that, which is nice. If I can get it shorter, is better. Yeah, cut a little bit more off of that. There we go. We get it in the fuel hose first, which is swollen up, so we'll just cut that flared out end off. Give us a tighter fit on the valve. There we go, that's on. No spring clamp. And we'll just pop this end up onto the gas tank. There we are. Now it has a fuel shut off. And it did almost fill this. Almost. I'll just dump that in my old pickup truck and it'll burn away. It's not terrible. It did run. Get our fuel drain plug back on. Well, cap in this case, it's the drain cap. Did I say fuel? I meant oil. Did I say oil? The recoil is a little sticky. That rattle is the flail blades flopping around there. Let's spray some penetrating oil down there just to free it up. Just down on the recoil there. Lube is the key, she says. It's actually quite an effort to start this thing. There's the blade system is a big flywheel, so you gotta really reef on the thing to get the thing to turn over fast enough to start. A little more spray and then we're good. Good enough for me. Get some straight 30 in there. Probably holds somewhere around the 3/4 of a liter mark. Yeah, we know it runs, so it was worth doing the oil change anyways. Am I gonna make a mess? Probably. Definitely. Funnel! Funnel time! I don't like this funnel. It doesn't fit in the hole nice. There we go. That's better. Small engine funnel. Fits in the dipstick hole. Up. If you fill these fast, they overflow. But this funnel sticks right in the dipstick tube, really nice and snug, so it won't overfill it. Well, the funnel fills right up to here. Goes down eventually. Spark plug looks relatively new. We're going to pop it out and we're going to check it for cleanliness and for gap. Almost a liter in there. A little more. We'll call that good enough. Spark plug gapper. There's it is. That's not the right one. 13/16 spark plug socket. Have a look-see. Hey, it's pretty sooty. A little carbony. Could be from the crappy oil that was in it. That looks like a new one. In stock. Okay. Survey says, look at that, 28 thou right out of the box. I'll take that. That's good. Let's check our Julio level. Julio level. Where'd you put the dipstick? Oh, there it is. Well, what's that add? We better add. I think it tastes like 0.9 something liters. Just shy. Yeah. Full. That'll do it. Let's get some petrol in there. This is, where are you looking? 91 octane. The octane's not important. The important part is that it's non-ethanol. Non-ethanol. Probably enough to start it anyways to get it running. It's already been dosed with the appropriate amount of seafoam. I love that stuff. Works great. Cleans things out. It stabilizes fuel longer than fuel stabilizer does. Works great. I like the seafoam penetrating oil and the fuel stabilizer, fuel treatment. Okay, well, I'm certainly not going to start it way up here on the bench. Let's get you out of the stand for a sec. I was telling you about the, oh, easy. I was telling you about the idle or the maximum wide open speed. So there's our lever, wide open throttle. It comes against a stop here. But if you adjust this screw, that adjusts your wide open throttle speed. So 3600 is as fast as these want to run. I run them a little slower than that. With a chipper, you got to have it, like, you want it spinning as fast as you can get it spinning. That way it's got the momentum, the inertia on the cutters to keep going while you're jamming stuff into it. But I don't want to I don't want to blow up the engine, so I'll check it anyway, see what it's at. But that's going to have to wait because a couple of things. First of all, it's time for a coffee. Second of all, it's raining outside. Sadly, I did look around the yard. I really don't have anything to chip up. Well, let's see if we can get this beast to run. Give that a sec, let the fuel fill up the bowl. Grab my tap. The little tiny torques on that screw for the maximum speed. Yep. Okay, we got the tools. Jump the screwdriver for the idle mixture. Here we are. We'll have to let it run and warm up. Choke. Half an hour or so. Runs good. It's a little rich, but that's okay. What happens is it's got such a flywheel, such an inertia. When you give it throttle, it takes a bit for it to actually rev up because it's got to spin that great big cutting assembly. So actually, it runs really good. Idle mixture set. It was a little lean. I had to richen it up, and the main jet was a little lean as well. I had to richen that up. So at half or 3/4 throttle, it was surging up and down. It's just starving for fuel. So I just give it a little bit more on the bottom. Nice adjustable jet. It's easy to do. This machine's good. The blades are sharp. Everything seems to be working on it. Kind of clean it up. It's fall time here. You can see the leaves laying everywhere. It's actually time to sell this thing. Not a bad unit. Not a bad unit. Most of the ones I've seen are 5-horse. This is the only one that I've seen in person that's 8 horsepower. But this will make a nice machine for somebody chopping up their fallings from the tree droppings. Thanks for joining me, guys. Don't forget to click that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And till the next one, take care.